Have you ever wondered how much energy you consume in a day, and where it all comes from? As we go about our daily routines, we use an astonishing amount of power. From the coffee brewing in the morning to the light illuminating our late-night reads, energy is ever present. Yet most of this energy is derived from non-renewable sources, leading to environmental degradation and resource depletion. But what if I told you there's another way, a better way, to power our lives? Enter renewable energy. Renewable energy, ever heard of it? Well, you're about to learn a lot more. Let's break it down. Renewable energy is essentially a type of energy that comes from resources which can naturally replenish themselves. Unlike fossil fuels that run out and take millions of years to form, renewable energy sources can keep up with our use. Now, there are four main types we're going to explore today. First up, solar energy, harnessed from the sun's radiant light and heat. Next, wind energy, that uses the force of the wind to drive turbines. Then we have hydro energy, which relies on the power of flowing or falling water. And last but not least, geothermal energy, originating from the heat beneath the Earth's crust. Each of these types harnesses natural forces to produce power without depleting the Earth's resources. Sounds interesting, right? But how does it all work, you might ask? Ever enjoyed the warmth of the sun on your face? That's solar power at its most basic. Now let's dive into the fascinating world of solar power, one of the most abundant renewable energy sources we have at our disposal. Just imagine, every second, our sun produces enough energy to meet the world's current power needs for over 500,000 years. That's an astronomical amount of energy. So how exactly do we harness this energy? It all starts with sunlight, which is composed of tiny particles of energy called photons. These photons are like tiny packets of sunshine, constantly hurtling toward Earth at the speed of light. Now here's where the magic happens. We've developed something called a solar cell, which is the basic building block of a solar panel. These cells are made of a special kind of material, usually silicon, that has a remarkable property. When a photon hits this material, it can knock loose an electron. This process is known as the photovoltaic effect. It's a big word, but it simply refers to the conversion of light into electricity. These loose electrons are then captured and directed into a current, which is the electricity we use to power everything from our homes to our electric cars. But it doesn't stop there. These solar panels, once they capture the sunlight, they convert it into direct current or DC electricity. But our homes and appliances use alternating current or AC electricity, so we need a device called an inverter to convert the DC electricity into AC electricity. Solar power is clean, renewable, and sustainable. It doesn't release harmful pollutants or greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. And best of all, it's a form of energy that's available to us every single day, as long as the sun shines. So, next time you're out in the sun, remember, you're standing under a giant power plant. Ever felt the wind blowing through your hair or enjoyed the sound of a rushing river? That's wind and hydropower for you. Harnessing the power of nature is not a new concept. For centuries, humans have been using wind and water to perform tasks, from grinding grain with windmills to transporting goods down rivers. Today we've refined these techniques to generate electricity, powering our homes and businesses in a sustainable way. Let's begin with wind power. Picture a wind turbine. These towering structures capture the kinetic energy of the wind, spinning their massive blades. This rotation drives a generator, converting the kinetic energy into electrical energy. It's a simple yet effective process, and with around 10% of global electricity now generated by wind, it's clear that this renewable source holds a significant place in our energy landscape. But what happens when the wind doesn't blow? This is where the beauty of a diverse renewable energy mix comes into play. Enter hydropower, the largest source of renewable electricity worldwide. Imagine a river, its water flowing steadily downstream. We harness this energy through hydroelectric power plants. These plants use a dam to store river water in a reservoir. When released, this water flows through a turbine, causing it to spin. Similar to wind power, this spinning motion drives a generator, turning the kinetic energy of the water into electrical energy. One of the key advantages of hydropower is its reliability. Rivers flow consistently, providing a stable source of electricity, and with the ability to control the flow of water, we can adjust the amount of electricity generated to match demand. However, these two sources of power are not without their challenges. Issues such as environmental impact and geographic limitations need to be factored into their implementation. But with ongoing research and technological advancements, we continue to improve our methods of harnessing these natural powerhouses. So next time you feel a breeze or see a flowing river, think about the power they hold. Ever been to a hot spring and marveled at the heat coming from the ground? That's geothermal energy. Now let's delve deeper into what geothermal energy is and how we use it. In the simplest terms, geothermal energy is heat derived from the earth. It's a clean and sustainable resource. The core of our planet is a molten furnace with temperatures reaching over 4,000 degrees Celsius. This intense heat continually radiates outwards, warming the surrounding rock and producing geothermal energy. But how do we harness this natural powerhouse? Well, it's all about tapping into the Earth's underground heat. We drill wells, sometimes over 2 miles deep, right into the Earth's hot interior. The heat is then carried to the surface in the form of hot water or steam, which can be used directly for heating or to generate electricity. To generate electricity, the hot water or steam is used to spin turbines. The spinning turbines in turn drive generators that produce electric power. It's a completely renewable process as the water used can be re-injected back into the ground, to be heated and used again. In some parts of the world, geothermal heat is used directly. For instance, in Iceland, geothermal heat is used to warm pavements to prevent them from freezing over in winter. So, the earth beneath us is not just supporting us, but also powering our lives. So, we've learned how renewable energy works, but why should we care? I hear you ask. Well, the benefits of renewable energy are manifold, and they extend far beyond just keeping the lights on. Firstly, let's talk about the environment. Non-renewable energy sources like coal and gas produce harmful emissions when they're burned for energy. These emissions contribute to global warming and climate change. Renewable energy, on the other hand, is clean. Solar, wind, hydro, and geothermal energy sources don't produce these harmful emissions. This means that by switching to renewable energy, we can help to reduce our carbon footprint and combat the effects of climate change. Secondly, renewable energy is sustainable. The sun will continue to shine, the wind will continue to blow, the rivers will continue to flow, and the earth will continue to produce heat. These are all sources of energy that we can tap into indefinitely, without depleting the planet's resources. Unlike fossil fuels, which are finite and will eventually run out, renewable energy is a long-term solution to our energy needs. Lastly, let's talk about cost. Renewable energy technology has been advancing rapidly, and with these advancements, the cost of renewable energy has been decreasing. In many parts of the world, renewable energy is now cheaper than fossil fuels. And when you factor in the environmental and health costs associated with burning fossil fuels, the cost-effectiveness of renewable energy is even more apparent. So, you see, the benefits of renewable energy go beyond just providing power. They help us to reduce our impact on the planet, ensure a sustainable future, and save money. The switch to renewable energy isn't just about doing what's right for us today, but also about doing what's right for future generations. So it's not just about powering our homes, it's about ensuring a sustainable future for our planet. So, what does the future look like for renewable energy? Well, it's brighter than ever. As we continue to innovate and make technological advancements, the potential for a future powered by renewable sources becomes increasingly tangible. Renewable energy, once a concept confined to the realms of science fiction, is now a reality. It's not just about solar panels and wind turbines anymore. We're looking at harnessing power from the depths of the Earth's core, capturing energy from the movement of our oceans, and even generating power from waste. The growing trend towards renewable energy signifies a shift in our global mindset. We're realizing that we don't have to be dependent on finite, polluting resources. We're embracing the fact that we can power our world with the infinite energy provided by nature itself. Ultimately, the choice is ours. We can continue to rely on dwindling, harmful resources, or we can embrace the infinite power of nature. What will you choose?